Well, I'm finally back with a no money spent episode, and I'm a bit reserved to upload this one and to talk about it because, bruh, I missed a lot. I missed a lot this past weekend. In case you missed my spin to win video yesterday, a little life update here. So I actually moved. I'm in a new house, a new setup, even though it looks very much the same, and that's all well and fine. Except I wasn't on 2K or social media much this weekend as we were moving, which meant I missed out on not one, not two, not three, freaking 6 locker codes. Dark matter, right? Like I saw Kobe, I think Kawhi. There was all sorts of greatness. Would have been perfect for someone who, no money spent account, has a hard time getting the elite cards. But yep, I missed it all. Didn't get one. So yeah, that's out of the way. I get no blessings.
We do not care.
But while I missed that, of course, yesterday, Tuesday, 2K did drop some new spotlights, which at first everybody was losing their mind over, including myself. And then we saw the spotlights, and honestly, did like a bit underwhelming compared to years gone by. But as you can see from the title, well, you can't see from the title, but I actually went through, as I'll show you, a bunch of these spotlight challenges, and honestly, some of the rewards, man, they aren't too bad. Now, like I said, I'm gonna show you guys the journey, basically my entire journey, and I'll just say right now, as you see, I started with the rubies, of course. Well, this grind, okay, the rewards, as we'll go over later, I don't mind them. Like, they're pretty good. The grind itself, easy. Like, it's basically all offline until you get to the very end, but it is time consuming. All right, so at first, when I saw the drop of cards, there was basically only 2 cards I was interested in, and that was John Wall and Danny Manning. But of course, I found out to get Danny Manning, you have to go through everything else to get to that Opal tier. So last night I buckled in and said, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'll end up with Ralph Sampson, who, I mean, come on, like a 7'4" card. I could use that, and some reasonably decent Amethyst in there. Probably not gonna make my lineup, but that Salim Stoudemire card, very interesting. His signatures and stuff, like really competitive, but of course he's a very small card. We might need to use him in a lineup or two just for fun. But anywho, this was me unlocking the Amethyst and going through some of these challenges. This was the first time I got tripped up, and the reason it took me a while, like hours on top of hours, to finish all this because there were some challenging challenges. So this one was Richard Jefferson, needed 5 dunks, 2 threes. I played a whole game up to 40 and I guess didn't have enough dunks. So just like that, I mean, that costs you 10 to 12 minutes. I had to replay this challenge. Pretty sure I got it done on the second one, as you are seeing here with the dunks, not too shabby. But yeah, in terms of the reward cards as a whole, I'll just say that, like I mentioned, that Stoudemire card looks interesting. I'm not really in the tier of using Amethyst anymore, so he probably won't make my lineup. And none of the other, Richard Jefferson, these kind of cards, Luke Walton, none of them are too special, but they could be fun for limited lineups, that kind of thing. As you see me putting in some work with Salim Stoudemire. By the way, I really should have looked up how to say his name. Salim, it don't matter. That was a 60-point challenge, and that was me through the Amethyst tier and on to the Diamond tier, which this is where things get interesting for me. Kelly Olynyk, not so much, although shout out to Canada. Corey Kispert, though. Corey Kispert is my guy. All right, we don't care about John Stockton, but you'll see later, little unlimited game. Yeah, I chose to use that Corey Kispert card, and he is like, woo, my guy is money. That shot really super butter. You'll see it offline, but just wait till the unlimited matchup. Now, the Diamond challenges also is where I started to get hung up. Not the first one, though, no, because as mentioned seconds ago, Corey Kispert, just an absolute dog. I don't even know what his jump shot is. Like, I don't know if I can compare it to anybody. And actually, Kelly Olynyk offline, he was okay. He was okay. This challenge, I needed to go right down to the wire. I think it was points and rebounds with Kelly O. I completed it first try. And then we got to this challenge, which was John Stockton needing a double-double, which I thought, that's gonna be easy, right? Yeah, I was very wrong. This first game started out really well. I mean, I had a couple threes right in Opal MJ's face, but I ended up losing the game. Just straight up lost it. It wasn't even a lack of the double-double. It was I lost the game. That was so bad. So, I booted it up again. Once again, starting off pretty good with John Stockton hitting some threes. Wait for my boy Kelly O from Canada. That's a green. You love to see it. But then this matchup got tight. I was down by 1 and I lost the game again, bro. This John Stockton challenge, yeah, this one was time consuming. Like, I was already about half an hour deep on this challenge specifically before I finally cracked the code. And look at Kelly O, you know, bailing my boy out, hitting the 3. I got the double on the very last shot. That gave John Stockton 10 assists, so cutting it very close, but I would eventually get through the diamond challenges as well. Again, that John Stockton double one, the only one that really hung me up. And then we unlocked the pink diamonds, of course, including my boy John Wall, who, yeah, thank you very much. I was so looking forward to grabbing this card as soon as I saw his stats. And it's actually kind of like a full circle thing, because if you remember episode 1 or 2 of this year's No Money Spent series, I talked about how I wanted Diamond John Wall. He had just recently dropped. I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy him. At that point, he was too expensive, which is, again, ironic because I have a ton of MT now, but it had to be done, bro. John Wall's definitely gonna be my starting point guard for the foreseeable future. 6'4", but he's got a long enough wingspan that you don't even notice that he's undersized. It's amazing. But anywho, the one thing about John Wall is, as great as he is, and online especially, and he is, as you see, my boy Rex, also a card that I always love and I might need to use in a lineup. John Wall, he had a challenge, bruh, and that challenge was to get 7 dunks in a game, which if you're like me, you think, man, that's gonna be easy work. It was not. Okay, so the problem is, even against gold cards like Javon Carter and freaking, I don't know, the other one, I kept getting layup animations, bruh. And as soon as you get a certain amount of buckets that are not dunks, you gotta quit. So you see me repeatedly quitting out of this game before I was finally able to figure it out with my 6th dunk right there. The 7th one, a little through the legs, reverse style. I don't know why I'm flexing. This is just a challenge, but there we go. It took me 3 or 4 tries. I finally got John Wall's challenge done. Moved on, Jamal Mashburn, kind of an interesting card, all around style. I completed his challenge pretty quick. And then there were these insane ones. I didn't even write it down because it's so many. It was like, you know, you need a double, you need 10 threes, you need 2 dunks. Those are hard to keep track of. I recommend writing it down. Anyways, I completed it and I realized I had missed one thing to unlock the opals. I needed some points with some ruby cards. I did that, and there you see the opal shakes, my guy, including Danny Manning. Again, one of the cards I had tagged from the beginning, and I think accurately so. Danny Manning, pretty solid card. I wasn't like overwhelmed by him like I was with John Wall. Bill Walton, not a great card. I didn't love using him, but Christian Laettner, actually not bad. I even put him in my unlimited lineup. You'll see in a few moments. But prior to the unlimited game, we had this final tier to go through, and this is where I did make a decision, because I could have just called it quits and not gone for Ralph. I got most of the cards I wanted. But again, you know, I did see Ralph. I saw he was 7'4". I saw some people talking some pretty good stuff about him, and I realized let's do it, Brett. Let's go through these final challenges. This one I believe was Bill Walton triple double, which I thought would hang me up, but not at all. I did this Bill Walton trip dub challenge like immediately. It was super easy. This Christian Laettner has a good offline jumper. Like, he hits a lot of shots. Hard to contest that man. And Bill Walton, a little green action, never hurt nobody. Okay. Anyways, there's Christian Laettner. I think I needed 20 points in a game with him. Here's like the final challenge, which is a whole bunch of stats. I completed that one. Danny Manning needed 20 points. Easy work. I really did fly through this opal tier, which was very nice because I wasn't sure if I was gonna do the opal tier. And in the process, I think, I don't even know where from, I got a Hall of Fame badge and interceptor, man. That is a W. That really is. I don't know a lot about badges. I knew interceptor was a dub. And the final thing we had to do, needed some points with Laettner and Danny and TTO and some boards. Took me about 3 games. That was the final rebound I needed and the final point for Christian Laettner to unlock Galaxy Opal Ralph Sampson. And all told, this grind was definitely longer than I had bargained for. I think it was about 4 or 5 hours, which is kind of a lot considering some of the rewards are mid, but at the end of the day, I really do like this Ralph Sampson card, even though I've only used him for like 1 or 2 games. I really like John Wall. Danny Manning is cool, Christian Laettner is cool, and Corey Kispert, he is the secret weapon. So is it worth all the time to go through all the challenges? I'm not quite sure about that, but I don't really have any regrets right now. Again, the only thing I regret during this video or prior to was missing all them locker coats on the weekend, but it is what it is, bro. I had to get in my new room, you know? Priorities more important. Anyways, there's Ralph Sampson. I decided without much thought, I just did it right away. I'll put Hall of Fame interceptor on my guy Bull. He's gonna stay in the lineup for a minute, so I didn't mind behind that, I also had given him posterizer. And here's a look at a new and improved lineup for me. I put Ralph in there, John Wall, I'm starting, absolutely, Corey Kispert in the lineup. And I did decide as planned to use Danny Manning, and not as planned to use Christian Laettner, because again, for the 10th time, I actually thought that card was pretty solid. So why not? 6'11", can shoot. Basically what we're learning this video is if you're tall and you can shoot and that's it, you make J Canada's NMS lineup. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But as we move on, we will get into an unlimited game first. Wow, I couldn't talk. Ralph Sampson, I just looked through his card quickly. I was actually pretty excited about his stats. I hadn't looked up Ralph's stats until I physically got the card, which I usually don't do, but it is what it is. Decided as per usual to throw a pretty cheap 3-point shoe. I gave him gold boost, just a little bit of help for some athleticism and some shooting. And there you go, some swag too. I don't know. Is that a nice Air Jordan sneaker? I'm not really sure. My opponent in Unlimited today, pretty good little lineup. He was running Giannis at the center position. And first possession didn't start great. I mean, that was John Wall getting absolutely robbed by Magic. I didn't love that, but fortunately, I did get him back right away. It's John Wall on the kick, bull on the way. You love to see it. And I was getting right into it with John Wall, by the way, feeding Ralph Sampson. First bucket on the team. You love to see it. How about a second bucket from Ralph? A green from straightaway 3. He does have an 82-3 with the shoe boost. That's before any kind of coach boost. You saw the Hall of Fame interceptor there from Bull working wonders. Amazing. Yeah, I was locked defensively here. Ralph Sampson and Bull together. Look at this move. Oh, the spin. Oh, the flush after the defense and more. Hall of Fame interceptor on Bull. I felt it right away. Green machine. I don't know if John Wall has it, but that was buckets. Anyways, what was I trying to say? Ralph and Bull, so much length inside. I was actually grabbing rebounds. I was playing defense, all the stuff that is really, really difficult for me to usually do. But anyways, I kind of started to choke away a big first quarter lead, but you know, there's Corey Kispert with a greened 3 in the corner. I told you I like that card. You know, if I can green a shot with him, that is good in my books. Oh, I actually greened 2 shots, 2 in a row. Good steal, Christian Laettner. Anyways, 2 shots in a row. I greened with Corey Kispert. He was open again. I greened 3 in a row with this man. Oh, Danny Manning on the defense. 15-point lead. We were starting to not 4 in a row. Corey, what in the world, my guy? You just cannot be. No, you've got to be. My opponent just refused to guard Corey Kispert. I mean, am I getting a little too excited for a card that can hit wide open shots? Probably, but I greened, literally greened 5 shots in a row in this game. At this point, like, that was it. This game was literally over. Nice little whited step back there from Corey. I'm sold on this card, bro. Like, he is in my lineup now for the foreseeable future, because if I have a card I can green in my sleep with, that is such an advantage. Speaking of which, John Morant had to be a bit of a dick there. Gave him a little flash pause. Credits my opponent, I guess, though. He didn't quit. That shot was tough as nails from John Wall. Coming off the quick stop. When I saw John Wall hit that, bro, I knew this is my point guard of the future. Moving forward, I had a post move with Ralph Sampson. I had defense with Ralph and Bull, doing a bit of everything. Look at the O boards, bro. I have seen enough. I love having the height and the length. I don't know what Ralph's wingspan is, because sometimes it's really short. I didn't notice it at all. He was getting in some passing lanes. Again, grabbing rebounds for me. That was such an ugly shot by RJ Barrett, but whoops, got a free steal right back to, yo, I had like a 30-point lead. I didn't get to show you guys an intense gameplay today, but finally I get a flood on this account, which is very nice. Ralph to Bull in the corner. At this point, you know, the game was decided. I was just trying to push some of these cards to see what they could do, which meant, you know, I take some bad shots, of course, but look at Corey Kispert stepping back, white in the corner. Yeah, yep, I am a fan of this. Not sure if I showed any Christian Laettner highlights in this game. I mean, he had the nice feed out to Danny Manning, but oh, another feed. Christian Laettner dropping dimes, but Laettner was actually solid for me. I think you'll see at the end of this game, he had like a million blocks, just doing a bit of everything, which I love. John Morant, he got upstaged by John Wall a bit, but John doing his thing, dropping dimes. and Corey Kispert with a bomb to end the game. Very fitting. Taking a look at our stats at the end of this game, I mean, I played basically a perfect game, beat him by 40, shot unreal percentages, rebounded, steals, cut my turnovers down, little bit of everything. Corey Kispert, 7 of 10 from deep, 8 of 12 from the field, led our team. Bull, perfect, didn't miss a shot. John Morant doing everything. Ralph Sampson filling up the stat sheet, as was, wait for it, Christian Laettner, 5 blocks, 3 assists. Bro, this team, I obviously have good vibes right now. Now, does this mean I'm gonna win every unlimited game on this account? Probably not, unfortunately. So please feel free to let me know any suggestions you have for my lineup. Let me know what you guys think of these new spotlights. To me, they're not bad. That's about all I can say. But I have had a bunch of fun playing this, making this video today, so I wish I didn't miss that locker code weekend, but we are back. No money spent, looking good. Drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.